Hey guys, welcome to Kelby K Yoga. I'm Kelby, this here is Scout. Today we're going to be doing a Yin Yoga practice. Yin Yoga is one of the most traditional forms of the practice, so we're going to be staying down on our mat, holding the pose for a couple of minutes and getting that nice deep stretch. It's going to be chill. All you need is a mat or a blanket and then a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, grab some pillows. And then I highly suggest turning on your favorite peaceful music. Go ahead, get yourself set up, pause this video, and then when you're ready, come on back and we'll get started. So to begin, we're going to start in a nice easy seat. Coming onto our sit bones, sitting up nice and tall, that spine is aligned. Maybe roll those shoulders back. We'll close our eyes. Hands just resting on the knees or thighs. Starting out by slowing down, always. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out the nose. This is our Ujjayi Pranayama, ocean sounding breath. Bringing our hands to heart center. We'll start to lengthen each inhale, each exhale. Focusing more and more on our breath, and then starting to let go of our day. Letting go of all the to-do lists, letting go of judgment or worry for your practice or whatever it may be. Letting go so that as you inhale, you can breathe in new energy. You can breathe in goodness, positivity. You can exhale. Let go of the distractions in the mind. Let go of the tension in the body. Setting an intention for your practice. And then on your next inhale, just slowly reach those arms up overhead, maybe flutter the eyes open. Exhale, hands drop down to our sides. Let's just start out by taking some big circles, drawing a circle with the nose, starting to loosen up the neck, reversing the direction. We hold lots of stress and tension in the neck and shoulders. Maybe look over each shoulder. Start to take some movement to loosen up the neck, the shoulders, to let go of that tension that so naturally sits there when we stress, when we hold our breath. Good. Inhale, you'll reach one arm up overhead. Exhale, find opposite ear, gentle pull. Inhale, press it back up. Exhale, set it down, opposite side. We reach. Little neck stretch. Inhale, comes right back up. Set that hand down. Starting out in our butterfly pose, we'll bring the soles of your feet together, and then lots of good options for blocks in this pose, or pillows. So you'll grab them and maybe setting them underneath the knees so that your legs can rest on something. That allows the hips to open up. That's option one. Option two, you're stacking them in front of or on the feet so that when you fold, you have something to rest your forehead on. So you can play around with it as you set up your pose. 2-part fold. So let's take a big breath in, fill up the lungs. That back is flat. And on your exhale, you're gonna hinge forward, keeping the back flat as far as you can come. Another big inhale here. And then on your exhale, go ahead, allow the spine to round, the head to drop heavy. Maybe landing on a block, maybe landing on the feet. Maybe you feel like you came down 2 inches. Guys, it really doesn't matter where you fall, where you are tonight, as long as you can feel that stretch, as long as you're loosening that upper half, letting the upper half drop heavy, then you're doing it right. Okay, so come into this pose. Find what works for you and then settle in. Keeping each breath long. Keeping your intention on, your focus on your intention. Check in with your arms. Let's all drop those hands out in front of us, really loosen and relax the arms. We're not pulling ourselves down here, we're letting gravity and softening assist us. Softening the muscles, becoming heavier in the upper half so that you can start to fold a little deeper, a little deeper. Holding this space for 5 more deep breaths. See if you can soften just a little more. Starting out by really opening up the hips. Setting ourselves up for poses to come. Really good. On your next inhale, as slow as you possibly can, you'll start to roll up, stacking each vertebrae one at a time. That head's the very last thing to come up. And then take a minute here, roll out the neck, the shoulders. Bring the knees together, shake them out, maybe let them sway side to side. Rotating those hips, it should feel good. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and extend those legs out in front of us. Inhale, right knee comes in. We'll pick it up and over that left leg. Just a quick little twist here. Inhale, both arms reach over. Exhale, right hand comes behind. That left elbow is going to tuck onto our right thigh. So pressing into the thigh. Find that nice twist all the way through the spine. Make sure you're not just twisting through the torso, but that you're really rotating through, bringing our gaze towards the back wall. You got it. Let it feel good. Let yourself feel that little bitty stretch in the hip, the right hip. And then exhale, we unwind. Simply lifting that right ankle up, placing it just above left knee, flexion in both feet. So we're keeping the toes active and bright, sitting up nice and tall. This is our half square pose. This is option 1. You can place a block or a pillow underneath this leg if that helps it settle. We're opening up that hip once again. Option 2, if you want to try it, full square, we're stacking ankles to knees. Maybe you come in here and it's not for you, head right back to that half square. You have the option to place a pillow or block here as well. So again, we hold these poses for some time, so set yourself up. Sitting up nice and tall. And then we'll inhale, arms open to a T. Exhale, left arms crossing under right once or twice for eagle arms. 90-degree angle with those elbows. Go ahead and close the eyes here. Coming inward, letting go of distraction. Whether you're in half or full square, both feet are bright and active, helping us to open up the hip. We're strengthening all of our lower joints here, hips, knees, ankles. Feeling that stretch in the shoulder blades. If these eagle arms ever are just too much, bring your hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. You have options. Good, hold and breathe. Focus on that breath. Long inhales, long exhales, everything else can wait. Check in, make sure the shoulders aren't squeezing up into the ears. Take one more big inhale in this space. And then on your next exhale, you're going to slowly unwrap the arms, bring them to your side so you can safely lean back, shake out the legs. Let that release feel good. While we're here, let's take a nice cleansing breath together. So big inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh everything out. Letting go of stale air, stale energy. Inhale, left knee comes in. We're gonna place it up and over the right leg this time. Inhale, reach that hand up. Exhale, find your twist. So right hand stacking on to our left thigh this time. Gazing over the back shoulder, breathe. Twisting all the way through your torso. Being sure not to just throw those shoulders around, but being really intentional. And then on your next exhale, slow as can be, you're going to unwind. Good. Picking up that left ankle just above our right knee. So setting up here, again, half square or full. Taking what feels good to you, taking the time to set yourself up in this pose. And then when you are ready, inhale, arms open up to a T. And then exhale, right arm crosses under left this time, wrapping once or twice. Maybe those hands are at heart center for Anjali Mudra. Taking what you need. Continuing to breathe, check in, make sure the shoulders are loose. Remembering why you decided to show up, why you decided to turn on this computer or phone or whatever you're watching on. Remembering why you decided to take time for yourself and allowing that space. Softening in any space you can. And then on your next exhale, very slowly unwrap the arms, set them to your side, lean back, shake out the legs. Beautiful. Good work, you guys. Let's go ahead, swing those legs around. We're gonna come right up into a tabletop. So check in, wrists are stacked beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Take an inhale, go ahead, look over that right shoulder, jet the lip up, the hip out to the left side. Inhale through center. Exhale, looking over our left shoulder this time. One more time, inhale, over right. Exhale, over left. Coming back, Finding that neutral spine. Let's inhale, right leg's gonna float behind. And then exhale, we're stepping it up. Coming to the center of our mat, let's wiggle the feet. So that right foot's on the outside of the mat. Blocks are at top of space in case we need them. And then you're gonna come on up to that low lunge. We'll all start with our hands resting on the right thigh. And then we're gonna start to wiggle the left knee back. Maybe you just need a couple inches to start to feel that nice deep stretch in the back of the right leg, front of the left. This is our dragon pose. Option one, you stay right here. Hands planted firmly, gaze focused. Feel that nice deep stretch and try and hold with softness. Option two, you're gonna start to lower down. So maybe you're lowering down onto some pillows or some blocks, whether your hands come down or your forearms come down. Maybe you're feeling flexible tonight. You'll wiggle your foot all the way to the outside edge of the mat and come down onto the forearms, really hinging through. So you want to keep your knees safe. If at any time you feel twinges or pain, come up and out. It means our knees rotating a way it's not supposed to. We don't want any of that. So figure out what will work for you and then come into that space and hold. So the lower down you go, the more you're going to start to peel up on that right foot. That's okay. It's protecting your knee. Continuing to breathe. If you don't have a yoga partner like Scout with you tonight, I wish that for all of you. Good, next inhale, slowly press yourself up. We're gonna safely come out of this pose, hop up. Good, and then bring that right leg back, shake it out. Let's flow through some cat-cow. So inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, press away from your mat, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press away from your mat, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Good, inhale. Exhale. One more round. Coming back to that neutral spine. Inhale, left leg floats behind this time. Exhale, step it through. Coming into that low lunge. We all start up and then wiggle that right knee back. Keeping our left knee over left ankle. Set yourself up, whether that's with blocks, whether that's standing right up nice and tall, or lowering all the way down, wiggling the left foot to the outside of the mat. Settle in and hold. Working to soften those muscles instead of tense up and flex. Finding that edge. Yin Yoga is all about finding the edge. Outside of our comfort zone, not crossing over the edge. We want to stay safe, but pushing just as close as we can to that edge. Getting the deepest stretch, the deepest practice we possibly can. On your next inhale, you'll slowly press yourself up and out. Come on back. We'll pass through tabletop and then lower down, all the way down to our belly. spread those legs out a little bit further than hip width distance, and then press yourself up onto your forearms, elbows directly under shoulders, spread fingertips wide, open up the heart space, gaze is lifted. This is our Sphinx pose. Make sure there's no flexion in the glutes, in the legs at all, so that you can really feel this in the mid and lower back. Lengthening your breath a little deeper with each inhale, with each exhale. Really feeling your breath as your lungs are open. Just asking to be filled. Focusing our intention, refocusing on our intention if needed. Heart space is open. Fill it up. What do you need? If this feels good, stay right where you are. Just going to give you the option here. Just straighten the legs, extending the pose a little deeper. Extending the arms, excuse me. Maybe you bring them in an inch or so. Keep that gaze lifted. Whatever your space you're in, you're holding this pose for 5 more deep breaths. On your next exhale, as slow as you possibly can, you'll lower all the way down, resting the head on the mat. Taking some stillness, or maybe bending the knees, letting the feet drop side to side. Next inhale, press yourself up. We're passing through tabletop. Coming right into our child's pose. So big toes come together, knees open about mat width distance. Sink those hips back onto the heels. This is a great spot for pillows or blocks. If that connection is really intense, bring a pillow underneath. So the further apart your knees come, the more intense this stretch is going to be. Feel free to bring them closer together if you feel like your hips are tight. Make those adjustments whenever you need. Another option for a block is underneath the forehead here. But we're holding this pose for a few minutes. So really find what is comfortable, but still stretching, still reaching. Belly is soft between the legs. Breath is long. Keeping it active, reaching fingertips forward while reaching hips backward. Really nice counter pose to that back bend. Let's all take a cleansing breath while we're here. Deep inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs. And then exhale, let go. You are doing wonderful. Keep breathing. Holding this space for 5 more deep breaths. And then moving mindfully on your next inhale, you're going to press yourself up and out of that child's pose. Holding on to table for a minute, take any movements you'd like to here. And then when you're ready, you'll cross the ankles, come on back, passing through a seat. We're gonna come to lie all the way down on our backs. Back is flat against the earth. Inhale, bring the knees into the chest. Maybe rock side to side for a moment. Pausing at center. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, you're going to drag both legs over to the right side. Arms extend open to a T. Reclined twist. Maybe keeping that right hand resting on the legs if that helps bring them down. Keeping our shoulders on the earth if we can. Closing our eyes, using this time to reflect, to check in with the self, to practice some gratitude, whatever you need. On your next inhale, bring both knees through center. Set them over to the left side, gaze shifting over the right shoulder this time. Keeping our breath long, steady. Letting this twist feel good. We're wringing out the spine, wringing out the body. Giving a little detox to our organs. Feel free to cleanse out the head space, the heart space while you're here too. On your next inhale, you're very simply going to straighten the legs, extend the arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then you'll start to make little adjustments as you set yourself up for Shavasana. So in Shavasana, we allow legs to fall open, arms rest to our side. Close your eyes. One last cleansing breath together, and then as you exhale, begin to breathe automatically once again. Every muscle soft, forehead smooth, jaw relaxed. welcome to pause the video and hang out here as long as you want. We'll go ahead, inhale, bring the hands together right at the third eye space. Giving gratitude to the self for showing up. Gratitude to the universe for all that we have and are. We take a big breath in here, and we exhale, namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing your energy, your space with me. Thank you, Scout, for joining us. I hope to see you all back here soon.